Here's my big fear for the next generation or the upcoming generation. My big fear is that they don't have any substance to them. Other than substance abuse, that's the only substance they have. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, there's a generation of people that aren't really attached to anything anymore. Because so much happens so quickly and you get so much so easy, so fast, that nobody really cares about anything anymore. Everybody's never living in the moment of, look at this. They're looking at, what's that? But what about that? Or about that? What's that? And I always try to explain to people, like, you know, growing up with music, growing up with hip hop, I was there when it first started becoming something, when it was underground. And then when house music started becoming, was coming up from Chicago, I was there for that too. So I was in like the groundswell for all these really fantastic things that are now just there. They just exist. But I was there in the beginning. So for me, I feel like everybody needs to know the roots of everything in order to enjoy the fruits on that fucking tree. And that's why I always pay homage and respect to the people that laid that foundation for us, because without them, that tree doesn't exist. So people have this rap music and this hip hop. Well, I can't call it hip hop culture anymore because it's lost its culture. It's now become rap music. And, you know, it's just there. People take it for granted. People abuse it. And look at fucking Cash Me Outside girl has a fucking record and millions of followers on Instagram. It doesn't make any sense. She's not a hip hop person. She's not a rapper. She's not an artist. She's like, this world, that's where we're at, where anybody can do this. That's not what it's about. It's not about anybody doing this. It's about doing this for the right reasons. Because this is part of you. Not because that's the fucking in thing to do. It's like doing Barbie Girl back in the 90s. It was a big song, but everybody was doing that kind of music. Where are those fucking people now? I feel like YouTube is a double-edged sword. For me, it was great. It created me, or not so much created me, but it really put me in front of people that would never have seen me. Now the fear for me is that people record me on my shows and try to dump what I'm doing live online, and that kind of screws up my live business, because comedy's not like music where you want to hear the guy say the same song over and over again. You need to see comedy from a surprise aspect. It made me, but could also break me. But now we're also in a time where there's actual YouTube stars. YouTube made me, but I was not a YouTube sensation. I mean, I guess I was the first YouTube sensation, and then all these young kids took it to another level. And I think that's great for them, but at the end of the day, how do you recreate that live? Like, what is your angle on live? I never really had any mentors, like personal mentors that I ever knew or met, but, you know, again, these people that I grew up listening to shaped me, and I would say in some way mentored me. Hip hop gave me the voice that I needed. It gave me words that I could use that nobody else was using. It could give me an attitude in my voice that I never had growing up. And George Carlin, when I would listen to the comedy records, he would give me that way of looking at things cynically and yet funny, and still give me the wordplay. And then hip hop gave me the wordplay, and I started seeing the similarities between the two. And Eddie Murphy gave me the thing of like, you could be cool and funny. And, you know, there was all these things that mentored me without knowing they were mentoring me.